Hello and welcome to Ragnar's Gate Tarot. There you have the intro. I made it inspired by everyone who has visited me here. Hope you like it. And then in a sec we're gonna start, but before this I think it's time to, in the meaning, put word from my sponsor, which is me. There is no very sponsor. Okay.
Welcome to Ragnar's Gate Tarot. If you are searching for a path to deeper insights, guidance, and spiritual connection, by becoming a member and choosing one of our levels, you will gain access to exclusive content, personalized readings, and the support of a like-minded mystical community, depending on the gate number you choose to activate. Ragnar's Gate 1. $6 per month. Access weekly synchronized guidance cards/tarot tale videos. Participate in exclusive members-only live Q&A sessions. Ragnar's Gate 2. $12 per month. Everything from Gate 1. Plus, a detailed monthly tarot reading crafted just for you via email or video link. Ragnar's Gate 3. $28 per month. All from Gates 1 and 2. Plus, a 15-minute live, one-on-one tarot session every month. And discounts and special offers on private tarot readings. Unlock the magic. Choose your gate so you can dive into a world of deeper understanding. Dizzy member today. In https://buymeacoffee.com/RagnarsGateTarot.
Again, yeah, so welcome again. There was some informational parts on the beginning, and basically I want to add that, hey, if you want to take a membership during the live, you are up for a bonus also. So basically that means during the live, become a member or donate, you will get also a reading, which means a general advice from Mythological Fennica Tarot, Finnish Tarot. Susanna Salo is author. Nice, like a glimpse to Finnish nature. Or you have another option, runes, basically, meaning that you can have an audience rune, which will mean that I will pick you a rune, one of these beauties, and we will check audience rune, which is a general advice as well. So from these two extras also during the live is only for you, my friend, basically. So now you have this in the description also, but I will show you once here. So basically, this is free readings. You don't have to do anything but to come here and then follow how it goes. So basically, I'm using Zener cards. You have here 5 different symbols in the cards. This has been used to experiment and study extrasensory perception. So you have 5 different cards: waves, star, cross, square, and a circle. So I will ask which card I'm holding or I'm putting here. And when I say now, then you can guess. You have one guess per time. Everybody in there can participate, okay? And I will put on the screen also then about the dynamics, how it works. So basically, when I say now, you write your answer to the chat, okay? And basically, then when everybody who is there has been considered answered, then I shall turn it and tell you which one it was. Which one it was, meaning that. Yes, so idea is that I am keeping this in my head. I'm trying to use the ether, or how you want to see it. Maybe it's a quantum entanglement or some kind of string theory thing, but I'm gonna try to mentally send the image to you. So it's a two-way street basically, and you're gonna try to know what it is, not really guess. So what I said, one answer per time, and when I do say now and put the card like this, then that means that it's your time to answer. The one who gets it right first is gonna get the question answered. The idea is to get going a synchronicity. So there will be an energy exchange when we do this, and that will guarantee best possible results. I've been doing this for a while with these readings, and it seems to work. It really seems to give good vibes to the whole thing of everything. So that's pretty much the stuff. And hey, I will check also here one thing. Maybe I should mention also that next week on Saturday is gonna be first members only question and answer session basically. So feel free to become a member, and you have to do that but minimum 2 hours before the whole thing. And it's gonna be it's gonna be on Sunday, not Saturday, 16th of March. It's gonna start 8:30 in the evening Finnish time and end around 10. That should be the time frame for it. So feel free to become a member. You have to do it 2 hours minimum beforehand. And this is gonna be a monthly thing, and as you can see from buymeacoffee.com/RagnarSkateTarot, that the members have other benefits as well, depending which Ragnarskate membership you wanna choose. So that's the stuff. So that's coming up. Basically, it's gonna be nicely sort of like I'm gonna have done then like 21 sessions already at the time. It's gonna be over that, but basically that's like the whole tarot deck of the major arcanes. So I'm gonna be passing the world, so to speak. Okay, so keep that in mind doing this. And yeah, so free readings, but with the Zener card twist, and that's also there to train yours and mine intuition. So it's all good in that sense. Next, I always take a card before every reading, or I take a card that I look into one way or the other. I have like my own ways to do these things. I make certain comparison, and more of that maybe I will make a video, and maybe for the members, well, who knows. So one can then look into that a little bit deeper. So let's see, we have here today was the Ace of Swords. So a few words about Ace of Swords. So first of all, it's the air sign, and you can see there's a sword that is going piercing the throne of a king, probably, or something like this. It comes from that side, and this seems for me that this has been handed, the sword has been handed to you, and it's a sword of a king. And well, you might not be a king, so basically there is kind of responsibility comes with that, or basically you have to be careful what you do with it. I would say that the limitations with this and in your mind are only in your mind. You can basically manifest with the sword, which is the intelligence and also like mind, logic, all that, what this comes with the air sign of swords. So you have to be careful also. You have to be just, and it has to be kept in balance, because were this sword out of balance, who knows where it's gonna cut. You can cut yourself with it, and that's kind of interesting stuff from the Ace of Swords. It's also like contains sort of like the raw energy of the suit, and I like the idea that it's like the sword of the king. It's also like at the same that could be like the sword of justice. So you have to be careful what you do with this. It has a lot of potential, but it has, of course, like anything, like any technology or whatever, has always the possibilities usually, or that's what it's told to us, to make good things or bad things. And then of course that depends on who is looking at it and from what angle you are watching it. So basically that would be a lot to do with the swords and with the Ace of Swords particularly. Also, I think that will let you, when you move forward with this, it's like you're gonna be like you are energized with this, and you feel like there could be some like sort of tribulations with this, and there's things that you have to think about, like I said, about thinking that you are just and you are balanced, because the sword can do many things. But you will gain understanding with this. You will dip into knowledge that you didn't have before, and that might basically again put you to the balance. But also you have to probably look how the nature of this works. So it's basically like there has been an action, and then there is a reaction, and that moves forward, and it could lead you with, when you go forward to the Two of Swords, it will leave you to balance upside down from a tree, for example. So you have to check what nature does, and then what's going on. You have to become passive. So first it's a huge sort, like a surge of energy in a sense with this, and like power also in that sense, which is mostly like mental kind of thing. So yeah, that would be kind of something said about the Ace of Swords. Okay. So, as I said, there is the dynamics in the description about how this is gonna get done. And let me know when you are there, and when I'm asking, please write when you are ready, when we are doing the Zeners. So on the screen is more instructions what I can keep there for a while at least, and then write in the chat like it says there when you're ready and you have read the instructions either from the description or from the beginning minutes of the video where is my nice intro and my promotional thing about the membership. So then we get this running really good, and it's been really helpful. So feel welcome. I appreciate everyone who wants to spend their time here with me. And in the meanwhile, while we're waiting for participants to come test their intuition and mental powers, extrasensory perception, we're gonna do a few general readings, which gonna be like if it feels that it connects with you, it feels that the timing is right, however you feel the energy that it's correct, or like it resonates with you. I think that's the way to put it as well. So without further ado, we go for a general reading. Please take advantage of this. Okay. So all right. So I have been made an offer. Should I accept it? And basically, let's do it by the way first. I already kind of shuffled a lot of yes. Well, the funny is that when I take the wiggle, happens many times. It says I can ask this. So yeah, so basically, yeah, this is like the idea when I'm moving the cards. I call it in a funny name, but basically I just check that for me that can I ask. It's like a permission to ask, basically more than this. So yeah, I have been made an offer. Should I accept it or not? So we're gonna take two paths. You are here. This first is the first path, which is yes, and the other one is the second path, which is no. So up is yes, down is no. So here we have it. Okay, you're in a good position. You're in a position of King of Pentacles. So whatever has been done, this is, I think, because you have earned this. This is not luck. I would say that the offer that has been made could be related easily to work. I would say that you seem to be in a position of authority, and anyway, this is a practical thing. This is not like a this is related. I would think that this is highly likely related to work. And you can see that there's the King of Pentacles who is sitting there kind of comfortably in a lush environment of things around him. Has a like a really heavy, down to earth throne there where he's sitting, and the ram heads there, which are kind of indication towards the Emperor of all things. So yes, channel would start. If you are saying yes first, it looks like that you are not being told everything. I think it seems like when you would say less, that might still not quite move forward. It's a Two of Swords. There is like I think some, like you can see, there is the moon also in the sky, and this is, you have a blindfold that the swords are on your chest. So basically you feel a little bit stuck. So first, if you say yes, it doesn't suddenly seem to move so well forward. So that seems to be the case. So maybe that's also like that you have to take advantage of your intuition, and well, let's see what comes next. So when one would move forward, then it comes the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a knight who comes to work every day, every morning, gets up early and does the work. So basically, I think this is very well known for you, because this is one reason why I consider that you have been, have been in and are in the position of King of Pentacles, because obviously it goes from here to the Queen and then to the King. So basically, I think saying yes is like, first it seems that it's stuck, but when you keep at it and to the offer, you say yes, and you be consistent with yourself. Just basically, I would say for me, it's like you just be yourself, and then things seem to be moving forward. And in the end, with the hard work that you have already done here, it ends on a Magician. So basically, saying yes is gonna give you, well, it's the Magician. So basically, I think that is, it's a major arcane. So this is like really a game changer, would be accepting this offer. I think I feel that you are being given kind of free hands. That you, but with this offer, when you say yes, it starts a bit sticky. Then when you just keep at it, maybe you need to negotiate, or need to like stand your sort of like, not to do anything rash. You just be yourself, like you are the king, and you end up in the right places all the time, like you have been. Then comes this, which gives you basically, I don't know, the imagination is the limit. So seems like super, maybe not used to super in this point, but it seems like there is not nearly limitations. You're the only limitation for this, so that seems to be really, I would say, positive, even though cards are not maybe so positive and negative in that sense. And then, that was the yes part. Here comes the no part. Funny enough, we have, here we were talking about intuition in the yes card with the Two of Swords, and then we have, with the no, we have the High Priestess, which is basically the guardian of sort of secret knowledge, spirit, like spiritualism. It's also like related to intuition, which would be funny that I would say that this would be even more use of that, saying no. So and what would happen, I think it's like, let's see what is the next one then. Well, then it would come a progression, which would be, say no would create a situation also for you that is fruitful, at least seems, after you would go forward with this, and then it would end in the Chariot. So I would say that even, I like more the path that would say yes, but here basically is the Chariot that it ends, and this is all major arcanes. So this would not be insignificant in that sense. It would be pretty big things that would happen also through here. So I think also saying no opens you a path, that you sort of like taking control of kind of chaotic forces, one could say, and you have to like, if here you get to basically use your imagination, and it's like really like kind of limitless and all that. Here you have to, if you say no, then you are gonna be a little bit less, having a little bit less freedom. You have to like taking charge, I would say. I don't say that you would have to go in battle, but this requires from you then things that you have to start doing to move forward. So I would say, like, from these two, I find it much more pleasant than saying yes to this. I would definitely say yes to this one. It's not a disaster to say no. If you would like it, somehow would do that, but it has, I like the Empress here, that it's fruitful, but then this is more like you accomplish things, I think, more than you would be looking for as a king, and you have the Pentacles here in the up. So I think also saying yes, that would be, if you are patient with this, as you are going to be, because you have already been, that will be monetarily rewarding also. And no could also, well, it doesn't sort of say anything. Money, it's not bad, it's fine, and it's a big path. I think it sort of creates, well, fun at the beginning is the same, and then you can consider this, that in here also, that this in the yes path, that it would have the similar energy than the chariot has there, which is this, but it's not the whole one because it's a minor arcane. So that could be feeling that way also, but I would still read it more like that is the consistency, that like you have been. So this will, both of them sort of course create change, but I think the yes is a definite opportunity. I wouldn't hesitate to say yes to this one. Okay? I would say it's a great opportunity. Like beyond like, yeah, it's pretty okay. No, it's really good opportunity in that sense. So we do another one. So the idea is that if it resonates, it's for you. If you see it now in the live, or if you see it afterwards, if you happen to watch the whole business of things. All right. So let's see. The next one is like, is this right for me? Is this right for me? Let's see what did we get from that. So it's funny that it's not really specified exactly what it would be, and this is exactly the point, that it answers a question if you have, is this right for me? Okay, so we take again one, then we take here 3 cards, and this is sort of like the evolution of the situation. So is this right for me? Well, we have there the 7 of Cups. So basically you are kind of feeling hopeful and looking at all the options. It seems to be that you have some, which is I guess always good, because not having options, at least for me, is usually not really good. And also you could keep in mind that maybe, and many times, and maybe even most of the times, you have more options than what are presented to you in that sense. So I guess you are looking forward to moving forward. You're looking forward for moving forward. Yeah. So I guess with the choice, you maybe also you're feeling a little bit like, even though you have all the choices, it could make you feel also that, hey, I need to take in charge in this, in that sense, and that would be the case, meaning that having options is great, but it could start like keep out some kind of stress, even think that which one you should choose. Maybe that is what I'm trying to say here basically. So the idea is that you take charge. That would be the, is this right for me? So basically with this I said like, we're gonna see what the other cards say. So the evolution of this starting from here. So basically past, present, future would be the stuff here. So this would be the 8 of Cups. So before this, well, you have come, I think you have been feeling like nostalgic, something like this. You had made a choice before you have reached this, that this has made you to the, for having more choices, more possibilities. Basically earlier here you have the 8 of Cups in the past. Okay, so you made a choice, and now I would say that the choice was you decided to walk away and leave something that was not fulfilling you anymore. So you basically head for the hills. Basically you ran for the mountains, run to the hills, like Iron Maiden is saying in the song. So you decided to leave it all behind. Maybe it was actually has been nice at some point, has been fulfilling for you, or and maybe even that I would say that maybe you didn't want to deal with some of it. Maybe it's something inside you. Maybe it's the part of you that you want to see, that kind of like, or maybe that's exactly the opposite, that you was dealing with something and you decided that this is not the thing. Fun enough, then you have 9 of Cups. So basically, even you walked away, I would say like, I think that would be that you walk away from a relationship basically. and now you looking into what you what would you feel, what you would choose to sort of feel and do, and how you would like the things to flow and what would happen next. So I think you're planning your moves, how you're gonna proceed from here. Maybe you're in a spot that, okay, hey, you left, but now you're not sure, exactly sure. I think at the moment you are kind of feeling okay on yourself, that you have kind of flow inside you, which is okay, and you are basically radiating, I think, kind of good vibes. So in that sense, leaving this behind and going to the to another situation seems to have created, like you can see, 9 of Cups. The man doesn't look too happy, although he's a bit low there. But I think you are in a okay spot, taking into account that this was happening. This was happening, that you left a relationship, on my view, as a situation that was no longer satisfying. In the future is the 10 of Cups. So if you choose wisely, you're gonna see fulfillment in that sense. So it's gonna be, I think you're gonna be in a situation, since this seems to be like 8, 9, 10, it seems to go pretty smoothly. Now you just choose the right thing, what basically feels that motivates you to move forward with your feelings and not to stay in here, basically. Because when you're making a choice, I guess that would mean that you not want to like stay still. You want to evolve with your feelings and move forward. So yeah, this will end the cycle in the near future. Seems like, I would say, because it's also like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think you will come out from this really good. So was it right? Was this right for me? In that sense, yes, this has been right for you, and it has started. It's not just now. So yes, you are right that you are choosing your path forward with your feelings, and like basically sort of like maybe you have felt sort of also like a chaotic, how much different kind of feelings you have. So you're gonna take in charge, and you're already feeling okay. So I think deep inside you know already yourself that this is right for you, definitely, and it's gonna lead to the 10 of Cups, which I would say looks pretty happy. You have I feel that if not a family, you will be feeling fulfilled and complete. So that would be the case. And by the way, I'm also on TikTok, and you can follow me there. There's gonna be some highlights maybe from the readings, and then some promotional stuff, knowing where I go on, and who knows what else I will come up with, basically. So I have to mention again that I cannot follow anyone. I've been trying to contact the support, and I read about it on the digital ether that many people with new accounts, because mine is relatively new, with new accounts cannot follow others, which kind of sucks. And well, I've been asking help for 2 weeks, but I didn't get anything much. They answered something, and there's also tips, and then the tips end up saying like, hey, maybe you should wait for a couple of weeks. So yeah, it's not really, in that sense, it's a bit annoying. But anyway, no worries there. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna go for our next one. So again, if you feel that this connects with you, if you feel like somebody's punching you in the face or stomach, that also definitely connects. But most likely it will be more like a pleasant sensation that you get from this. So what would be the next thing to do then? Well, that's the question. What would be the next thing to do? So basically we take also from here, I think for this we're gonna be checking past, present, future. That seems like kind of logical, no? So then you kind of know what kind of happened, what is the situation, and then what you're gonna do next would be the start. Let's see, we're gonna leave the wiggle out. We're gonna ask a question, if we can ask basically whatever governs the tarot cards. Okay? And we can, on my view. So we take past, present, and future. And yeah, there's instructions on the screen how where and how you can see the dynamics of the Zener stuff. So readings are free, but I'm using Zener cards. Please check the description. And hello Mimi. So basically in the description you can find the instructions how we proceed. Okay, what should I do next was this. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is inverted. So I think this whole matter would be related to the finances. Hey Mimi, please check the description. There's gonna be instructions how we proceed, how I do in this thing. Free readings with a twist. Please check the description or beginning of the video. And anyone else there, please do the same. Okay? So I'm gonna continue through this. So basically, yeah, this would relate to a balance in the basically, for somehow from the ace, if it's inverted, I feel like that would be exactly about, more or less about money. This is a pentacle, which means it's like a concrete physical thing. Well, there is a situation has been with the money in the past that before there was an end to a cycle, basically. I don't know if some work opportunity or work ended, and then anyway there has been something that has ended that led to action, which has created a reaction, and this in the past could be that it might not have been, since the ace is like kind of inverted, maybe not monetarily the best possible situation, so maybe you took a risk in business or something and didn't pay out exactly. So that would be the stuff. And now at the moment it's the Eight of Pentacles inverted in this one. So basically well, it's an earth card like this, so it continues sort of the same path, which would put towards the monetary plane, or the physical plane, the concrete, something that you can sort of touch on, which can be related to work and all that. So in here I would see that this would be that you're a little bit sort of like lost and stuck, that there is no clear idea. It's like there is more like sort of like echoes of things, and like more like this, so there is no clear understanding what you should do. So this is a little bit like a dream time kind of thing, and I don't know if you're waiting. Somehow I get this impression that maybe this leads to this, that you also like kind of waiting for next month to come, that at the moment you are like little fish in a pond, and you seem like whatever you do is gonna be like a long way to go. So in that sense it's kind of stagnation period in this stuff basically. So that is a little bit, well, I don't know, concerning in that sense, but let's let's take the next card. Just give me a second here. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Cups that is next in line for the future, which is inverted. So yeah, so here I think you're somehow ending, if something cycle ended before, then that caused a reaction in you, and that might not have been monetarily the best possible. So I could lean that maybe, like I said, a work thing has sort of ended, or you lost. Then next, again, we would come like now. It's like how you're gonna feel is that again, since you didn't do basically much of anything here, you were kind of like maybe procrastinating, and you didn't want to deal with the matters. So that brings about yet another flow of changes on my view. But that's going to be for the next situation that in the future you don't feel that well, you feel kind of the same. If now this is a monetary wise, and now this is no longer about the concrete things, that now it's going to lead to this, that since this monetary and like practical matters, the money thing has gone down, maybe now you don't really like it turns to be a vibe, it turns to be like a feeling thing after this. And I think it's gonna also lead that you haven't done anything here, it's gonna lead yet to another kind of, you have taken, while you have decided not to do anything basically, or seems like you are stuck, you don't know what you do, and that means that something or someone will decide it for you. And basically things will happen, either you choose or somebody chooses for you. So basically that becomes like an emotional thing more after this. So I think even if the cup is like this, that what's next in the end will be that you're gonna try to get balance in your feelings, and maybe that is the stuff that will lift you out from this predicament that you have put yourself into. So I don't know, somehow like at the moment it seems could be a little bit dark the whole situation, and you could be a bit concerned how you're gonna move forward. But I think that in the end it will lead to like a balance of things, because you understand that maybe even further that okay, there has been the change and there has been the ending of a cycle. So here I would say that you will also feel that this is the case, that maybe maybe that's the problem, that here you just feel stuck, but you haven't felt on your skin that okay, that passed now, and now one has to come up with something new again, and react, and then move forward and like see what's gonna happen. All right. And on the screen, instructions how we do this. Check out the description. But yeah, okay. Let's take, like I said, if you decide that you want to become a member, and I said that you're gonna get a card, general card from this nice Finnish Mythologica Fennica Tarot. It's a representation of Finnish mythology in new form. So basically you wanna get a guidance card from this deck, which actually are kind of, you of course, I think, kind of unique cards. Maybe it gives you a glimpse to a Finnish like a soul or mentality. So this kind of different. You have Metsäpeitto, for example, is something that you are in the forest, and somehow the forest makes you that you get lost. This is what I remember that. So you have different kind of colorful stuff, Wolf's Bride, different names from Finnish national epoch and all that, and basically we'll take one card from here, and then we'll see what would it be and what would it mean. Okay, let's take the dragon. Yes. So we'll take the dragon and we'll tell you what would the dragon come with in the end. Let's see. Dragon. Where are you, dragon? Oh, dragon. A little bit in the wrong things. Beautiful already. Yes. So, let's see what we get from the dragon. So basically, the dragon is 10 of wands. Will to fight, creative force, courage, vanquishing of darkness, being freed from fears, powerful inner fire energy, brave warrior, new conquest. It is told that dragons had hypnotic gaze which they used to petrify their victim, and that the Greek word drakon indeed derives from the word which meant just that. They also have had other peculiar abilities, such as the power to read minds, shapeshift, and to confuse person's vision. It was said that the dragon's source of power was a mythical stone, Trakontia, which was lodged into their heads, and they were feverishly sought after by all alchemists of the Middle Ages. Trakontia was said to be a pivotal ingredient in the life elixir, and that would cure any disease, and grant its consumer an eternal life. The dangerously cunning dragon appear in different forms in the folklore of several cultures. They belonged to the realm of monsters where mortals couldn't enter without being signed. The stories of place the stories of place dragons to live what? The stories often place dragons to live in perilous field of jagged rocks and fortresses that can be compared to the afterlife, what they guard where they guard their treasures. Spears adorned with decapitated human heads circled the borders of these gloomy places, and one wasn't allowed to drink or eat anything that was offered, or they would be trapped there forever. The witches were not to be disturbed, or they turned into serpents. Some stories say that dragons were originally evil and greedy humans who wouldn't allow their riches to be inherited and spent, but rather buried them. After their deaths, they were transformed into dragons so that they could continue to guard their wealth. It was said that both the treasure and the dragon sunk deeper into the ground every year until they finally disappeared completely. According to testimonies of numerous eyewitnesses, the flying serpent was once seen in the sky of Finland, and it was believed to have fallen into the town of St. Petersburg. According to another tale, the Nakki was afraid of the whirlpools that the stones that were thrown in the water left behind, because it believed that the dragon lived in the vortex, the great whirlpool in the Sea of Finnmark. Ian Setelä, linguist and professor of Finnish language and literature, interpreted some verses of the folk poems that mean that Louhi could also assume the form of dragon. Okay. Another Finnish poem tells how dragon refused to devour dishonest maiden because she would later give birth to many soldiers that were needed for war. The 100-eyed giant snake that guards the gates and massive riches of Pohjola has also sometimes been depicted as a being on fire. Conclusion: the dragon represents courage and strength. You are like a warrior who is able to surmount any danger or challenge. You believe in yourself and in your abilities, and you defend your treasures fiercely when needs be. You won't agree to any kind of compromises or to be controlled. You may be tested in different ways, but you won't give up. You will fight bravely against the opposing forces and clear way out of suffocating situations and be victorious. The battle may be draining, but the treasure will be yours in the end, and you will see that it has been worth all the trouble. This card reminds that only direction is forwards. Arise again, and every time more complete, more strong. You are courageous and strong, you can do anything. The dragon may also represent the fear of destruction. Do not give in to your fears, but bravely face even the most challenging of situations. The dragon symbolizes wisdom and power that is connected with courage and the will to fight. So, how about that? That's the dragon, ladies and gentlemen, from the Finnish Tarot by Susanna Salo. Okay? Yeah, and a kind reminder, anyone on the chat, please read the description. There is instructions that tells you how to deal, so when you know what's going on, type ready, and then we can proceed with the proceedings, for example. So yeah, that was the one bonus thing if you take a membership. Now we're gonna show you the other one. So basically, like I said, if you wish to donate, or you're gonna become a member, and by the way, then next week's gonna be members only question and answer thing. So okay, so basically here we will take this one basically from here. That's the nearest one. That would be then the one that I will tell you about the name. Alright, so let's see, just a second. Let's see what we get from this one. We're gonna have to move in here. So this one is called Kano, basically. Yes. So this is the way that is shown. So let's see what we can get from Kano. So this is a. Let's put it there. Maybe it's more interesting in the end. So this is an opening. This is a rune that is to again to achieve clarity. So that you can get rid of the darkness that has been covering some part of your life. You are now free to receive and to experience like the choice of unconditional giving. Kano is a rule of morning actions. It's about seriousness, being clear, to be concentrated, and these are the kind of like traits that are especially important when you are starting some kind of work. The protection what Kano offers is that more there is light, the better you see what in your actions are something that is going. It's not essential, and it's going with the same tracks. In the human relations now can be all like opening up for both sides. You can be in that the one who instigates this when you understand very clearly that the light of reason is now available for both parties. And on the other hand, you have to remember that in the other hand you are limited and a dependable creature, but on the other hand you are in the center by the powers of universe that are harmonious and good and they combine it to each other and they radiate everywhere. You are the center of the universe. So to put it plainly, if you have been operating in the darkness, there is now enough light that you can see that the patient that is lying on the table of the operation, so operation table, is you. So basically, that would be kind of interesting stuff that they would give you, right? Okay. So there you have the rules. All right. Okay, so while we're still getting someone who will take the challenge with the Zener cards and use their intuition and extrasensory perception, and that we're gonna take another reading, and it's gonna be a general one again. Excuse me, for everyone who sees that it's gonna be resonating with you. And keep the likes coming. Thank you for liking the stuff. So the question would be can we ask is that why we move the cards? And well, I don't know, there's certain cards that keep coming up again. King of Swords. Funny. So yeah. Basically, what is the situation between me and my cousin at the moment? So this would be me, this would be my cousin, and this is like the situation between us. And then here would be what I could do to improve the situation. So this is me. Well, you are the Four of Wands, so basically I think you are kind of in a steady foundation. It's a card of fire. So I think you are feeling at home. You don't sort of have any rush anywhere. So basically, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you feel like it. What did you ever do in that sense? And then here's your cousin. Well, he has Five of Wands, which is like the one that is from you. So he's, yeah. So he's basically, but I would say that he is, I think he has his own battle at the moment, and he has his back turned to you. So I think your cousin is occupied with another thing. So I think he feels that I think he's battling. He feels that he's battling someone who has basically is like a higher level than that they are, or he is. And well, I think. Yes. So basically, I think he has fallen. He has also. Well, you are feeling home at the moment. He is not. So maybe you have had some problems to each other, and that has caused him to. That he feels that his peace, basically, of his home and everything has been compromised. And somebody's tried to undermine him. Somebody has come to shake the foundations, basically, of his where he is. So that would be. So he feels. I think that he's battling. Has to battle and has to defend his position, and basically he wants to win. He wants to move forward with that. So what is between you is like, well, it seems like I would say between some cycle between you has ended. So I don't know if you have basically at the moment you have decided, because these persons are not really paying attention. The cousin is not paying attention to you. So I think. Maybe it has not been like a really serious matter, but he has in the end taken it serious, because it has shook him up. He has shook him up kind of good in that sense. And basically now he feels that he is I think he's in a defense mode. He and that. And there's like, well, it has an element of surprise also, the whole thing in here. And I think that is going to be something that you both are going to sort of pay for. That you're going to pay a price from it. Yes, so you're both paying a price for it. And well, as it said, this is no future. This is what's happening with your cousin. So you are both paying a price for it as we speak, and not in the future. There is no future in that. In that sense, then what could you do? Well, fun enough, you have the justice. So what I see is like you need to seek balance, and I think you need to actually, I would read the justice in that sense that, well, this all has happened for a reason. There has been an action that has created a reaction, and now this calls for balance, and I think to be fair and basically to be careful with the sword, because this sword of the justice can easily cut in that sense. So I think even if there is issues, and there is even seem to be some kind of like a destabilization So yeah. So basically, this has yeah. I guess it comes like it was said that there's the stability. This comes that things have been like in place. I think the elements were there, but like I said, something happened, and that something is not a small thing. Now I get an impression that did you have some kind of legal issue between you even, and this has maybe there was some claims that had been made, not maybe big ones, but this has still thrown your cousin off. So I think I would say it's like, yeah, seek justice. You seem to feel okay, but be fair also. Be like strict but fair, and also like I would say look at the facts and don't basically think about it feeling wise, in a sense that you should look at how things actually are. And you, like in the court, it's ideal is that you make the decision based on the evidence and the facts. So that's the stuff. But what I see is also that okay, uh, things have shifted in certain like seriously, but the reasons I see are still something that could pass if you deal with the situation the way that is suggested. Okay? Yeah, and again, check the dynamic in the description and type me ready when you know what's going on and when you are ready. So we look into your reading then. Alright. Alright. So okay, we do another general, and basically if it resonates with you, if you feel right, if there's some aspect that you feel is answering to what you are feeling or have a question, or this is something that has been in your mind, so then please take advantage of it. This is exactly what it's for then. So when you look at it in the live or afterwards, so that's the stuff, how it works. So basically, can I trust my friend or not? Let's see. We get again this is interesting. Yes, that would be the answer for this. It would be 4 of wands. So I think in that case I would say I think you can trust your friend. Like I think that this would be the situation is kind of stable, and whatever it is something that is also, this was just there, and well, fire burns fast is like basically. So I think this is something, the situation and the idea, if you ask this, I think this is a brief moment. This would come from some kind of situation or some little what has happened is been like I think your friend could be like a sort of like a creator of fire. Maybe he brings about like kind of energies, like energetic and like basically creative and all these kind of things, and create certain energy, and maybe this has made you think. But I think with the 4, when the situation, well, can you trust your friend? I think yeah, I think it's like has come to this, but that could lead to some kind of small conflicts when you trust, but I think in principle you can trust. So, but this is something, the whole situation, what this is about, let's see by the way what it would say, is something that, well, we have the Hangman, we have the Death, and then we have the Temperance. So it seems like it's not a, maybe, it's like a matter that is supposed to pass kind of fast. Well, and I would think that what this would be the advice for you in that sense, and how this is evolving is like you have, I think, been kind of passive in this. I don't think you have even said anything. Maybe you have not discussed anything with your friend about this issue, and you've been just looking how the nature of this thing moves. But this has created anyway a transformation, and like there has been a change anyway in this. Like we have the Death there, and then we have the Temper. So it's like a, I feel that this is, you have the major arcanes here. I think this is still something like a kind of like path that you had, you wanted to take, like you've been looking maybe your friend like a little bit from a different perspective. Something from this has happened before that has created this. Like I said, that your friend seems to be someone who is kind of maybe creates energies, this kind of like who creates fire and holds the fire in that sense. And that can be, fire can burn or it can like heat your house. So, but this will lead anyway, and has led some change on your thinking more permanently. But I think this is for the better. Maybe it was right. You had your suspicions, and can you trust this person? And maybe this will, on my view, because it ends to the, basically to the Temperance. And I think that things get like moderated, things get like, they're gonna be like, oh, alright, and this will pass. So I think there is a change of thinking, but I think that would lead more to this, that it's good that you have had this kind of idea, like, well, can I really trust this person? And after this, I think it will lead to like, when this situation passes, you know that you can. So I would say yes, and I think you would be able to do it again. So maybe this is like not really like a test, but this is clearly like a progression in here, and then here it seems like the fire is burning stable, in a stable manner. So yeah, maybe you understand your friend better in that sense, like I was saying, how this person seems to be the one who creates energy and like this. Okay. And now I will put you here one thing while I have to kind of like step away for a moment. So let's see. This here. Alright. So this is the intro video that I played in the beginning. And basically I want to play it again. This is inspired by everyone who's been here. And it's kind of has something nice in it. So here you go, and I'll be back in a sec. So here we are. So hope you liked it. That's the intro what I have going on for my channel now. For this. Okay. It seems to be some buffering could be expected, otherwise the flight seems to be going fine. And all that. Now, I'll check here. And hello Yo-Yo, welcome, welcome. Okay, we check and wait for ones who want to put their intuition to the test. And then we're gonna take another general one here. And that would be why did this happen and what's gonna happen next? Let's see. That's not the right vibe. So basically when I'm doing this I'm asking like, can I ask? It's like be polite with the cards. So here would be past, present, future, and that should give an idea till here why this happened and then what's gonna be next. So basically why something has happened is like, well, there we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is relating to all material things. It can be money and like this. So I see like also this Knight of all these Knights you've seen, it's kind of calm. Seems to be that it's considered that it's really like down to earth. It's a practical person. So what has happened is because things have been handled in like the movement towards this has been constant. It has been like somebody would say in ice hockey terms, comes to play every night. So this would be this kind of knight that comes to fight every fight. Small or big, is gonna do his obligation. Is really like a trustworthy, and it's not super dramatic or anything. Maybe it's not super romantic, maybe it's not super emotional, but it's someone who is really practical and trustworthy and can be expected to do exactly what has been agreed. Again, we get 4 of Wands here. So I would say that the actions that has been taken in the basically concrete plane has created a situation of balance in that sense. So now maybe the sort of like the energies are good at the moment because of this. So this is the 4 of Wands that was there also earlier, basically. So in a way the family is happy in the castle and everything seems to be pretty okay. Maybe they are somehow waiting someone to arrive more there. And so basically consistency has led to this situation, and now it seems to be stable. But I would say that then what you can expect is the Page of Swords. That's an air card, and I would say like some well, you have seen well, this has to evolve from being consistent and then it has led to like a stability at the moment. Maybe it's a time for rest a little bit and time to be happy at home and nothing too dramatic is happened. So things have been well taken care of, but now also that could lead to some kind of stagnation or that there is no change. So I see that now this will cause, because whatever you do it will cause something. So in that sense, like you have chosen kind of this kind of like a like you work hard, you go to work every day and you do certain things and it creates certain things. But this will create now also like some kind of reaction or some I could see even like there is some person who somehow is maybe even like would consider that it's like envious or something and doesn't really like what they are seeing, that you are doing pretty well and being kind of stable. Someone who is maybe like a younger person, like maybe a bit of a childish person, somehow doesn't see good what you are doing, and they don't like it. Maybe this the point is that this is what they are lacking, and they are like more they want to be more abrupt and maybe do things. It could be someone even in the family is gonna, like I would say, could cause like basically some mischief. So maybe someone there or nearby is like, okay, things are going too stable, that somebody wants to mix it a little bit around. Maybe nothing very serious, but I think there's some at least minor strife coming towards, and it would be more in the realm, not like when this has been. I don't think it will shake the foundations of this, but that is something that to think that will make you think your situation, and basically maybe it is that then it's just like a signal that you need to manifest or something else. And but I see that there's someone will cause some minor trouble. I don't know, maybe someone in the family, if you have like a teenagers, maybe they come up with some stuff that was not exactly how it should be done. Okay, so how I come to this, that with conviction and effort, consistency of the effort is one keyword, and this has this. But then what's coming next is still little trouble, because no peace or no stability will stay forever. So actually sort of feels like this has taken kind of effort to get here, and then it's maybe a bit too short. It's like more short-lived, the stability situation, and the sort of like the homey fireplace, drinking cacao in front of the fireplace moment, like in a movie. And then will come some small minor trouble, which we're gonna like little bit make like cracks on the perfect picture. And hello, welcome everyone. Please read the description on the video description. There is the dynamics how this works. Okay. So as it says, free readings but with a twist. And Zener cards is what we use, which have been used basically for ESP. As mentioned, there was Zener and his colleague in the 1900s. They were studying extrasensory perception. The idea was like one was taking a card, and then the other one, the subject who was under study and who they were researching the situation, basically had to know what is the card. And there was controversy on this, that you could easily mark the cards, and maybe how you say something will get you on, and maybe it's shuffled bad and you can kind of guess the order more easy. And then they start using like shuffling machines and stuff. But I have to say that for me this has worked pretty well, and you can check some of the videos, and there is like it creates some kind of bond, and it gives good energy to do this thing. So that's how it is. Okay. So soon I am, by the way, hey, I think this is already like the session, English session 18. So I'm few away from being 21, which is like the full of all the arcanas. So funny, it goes kind of fast. It's like I started just here, although I've been reading the cards for like 10 years in different form, live, face to face, online, over the phone, text message, chat, you name it, I've been doing it probably. So, but without further ado, let's take a next general reading. What is my relationship at the moment? How is my relationship with my mother at the moment? So if you have something related to your mother, if you feel a sting in the back of your neck or something like this, or anyway, seems right when you look at it now or later on after the life has ended. What is the situation with my mother? What is the relationship situation with my mother? That's at the moment. So this we don't like. We check something else. Okay. Let me turn this. Let's try again. No. Couple more. Let me try again. Oops, slowly. So here would be you. Here would be your mother. Here is the what is behind. What is between you guys? So how is the situation with my mother? So here you would be the High Priestess. So basically, again, you have the, I don't know what was it Hebrew words for these two columns. You have sort of behind is the spiritual and like hidden knowledge, sacred knowledge, and this is about the intuition. The moon is there at her feet, which sounds really cool to say. The moon is there at her feet. So that's the High Priestess. So you are in the position of High Priestess. So I think you are looking like more like a deeper things in your life at the moment, and you are like, I don't know, depends, do you feel like you are gonna want to pass this, or maybe you feel that you are guarding some sacred things for yourself. But I think it's like you are looking for like deeper meanings in your life. And here in your mother's situation is Five of Cups. So she seems that the cups have been spilled. So basically, and they have not all been spilled, but she seems to feel that she sees only what has been spilled on the ground. So I would say like when she is like facing you, and basically you are facing forward, meaning if you are the High Priestess, that you are on your own thing. Maybe there has been, well, 3 cups. So basically some like if there has been earlier like sort of, well, this comes actually, she comes from a situation that she was not happy of what has happened feeling wise. She didn't feel okay, and now she feels really sad about this, and she sees just what has been lost feeling wise, that maybe there's an happen, something went down. Maybe you have stood your ground, or like basically she thought that she has things covered, or she thought that the feeling is mutual, or like that she doesn't have to care about someone else's feelings in that sense, that it's but anyway, there was something that changed how she feels, and she doesn't like it, and now she feels sad about it basically. Yet she is facing you, but you are not facing her. So I think you are in a higher plane in that sense, that maybe you're looking for more deeper answers, and for her that's not so deep, that it's like, okay, it's emotions. And also I think that what happened before this also has led to this, that the communication basically has also like broke down. And then between you is the Six of Cups. So basically well, the cups are water, communication, all that, but I think this leads to a choice. So basically what's between you is like a choice what has been happened. For me it seems like you have that what she's feeling is not basically, this is her own invention in that sense, that you have, the person is, like I said, just sees what has been spilled, but she doesn't see the opportunity what that kind of would bring. And here you have 4 cups, then you have the 2 separated there. So basically that could mean that you can make a choice for feeling this. Maybe you would actually could consider that you could also even ask a professional advice for this situation, for your feelings and how to deal with your feelings, how you are. And maybe this is also that earlier there has been certain feeling that one has been like a matriarch of sorts, and one has been like the source of you and everything, and now that has been like spoiled. So maybe she is feeling in certain manner how she felt, how she sees that she was a mother, and now that has been like the cups have been put down, and she is probably considering that this is your blame. And also the problem in here is like you're in different planes. She's staring one thing and you are trying to find more like comprehensive, more deeper meanings in things, and she's 12ing just on the side of feelings, and they are also like, as you can see, if she looks into her feelings, she just sees some part of it, but she doesn't see the 2, which is basically would be, if it would be like 2 of cups, so 2 and 3, so she sees only the 3, that okay, that there was certain enjoyment and certain thing how she felt okay, but she doesn't see that there is 2 left, which could mean that you could unite. And it seems like at the moment you are not really like having much of a connection in this, like you are in a like in some kind of spiritual path, and the other one is just feeling the feelings and doesn't wanna look into deeper into this matter. So that would be. So that would be what is between. And then let's take, by the way, still for this, even there's already a lot of things, we will take what would be an advice. Would be that you would estimate the situation, and basically I think you have to keep certain limits in things, that otherwise this is just a situation that will be more of the same. So basically take a stock practically what has happened, and this would be all for your side more, because the other person doesn't seem to be able. So at least for yourself, take a stock what has gone down, how everything is, and what is the how it really has gone down. Know that if certain person feels certain way or something, but yeah, check out the facts, check out the evidence. In that sense, it seems a little bit maybe harsh in a situation of, you talk about intuition and spirituality and life, sort of like changing situation in that sense, and the other person is kind of moping. This is kind of, but yeah, take stock in the situation, how it really is concretely, not just how, just try to see it as practically as can, maybe take some objectivity also for that. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So again, check the dynamics and we can start using our intuition. This is a two-way street. Cannot do it alone. Okay. Yet another general reading, I guess, would be in order then. So it's been now already, like I said, session 18. Well, what can I say? It seems like it was yesterday. Actually, it was not that far. But this has not been this channel existing. But before this, I've been doing another thing online and all that. So should I stay in my work or should I move to another or consider another work? So first is the answer would be to take two paths. So here would be a situation, yeah, then here comes that you should stay, and the lower path or the down path, I don't know, it doesn't mean to be a lower path. It's gonna be the one says no, this is yes to change, this is no. So we see, can we ask? No, that is not the card that we are looking for. Okay, so here would be you, here would be if you would stay, here if you would go. Okay, so again, two paths. So yes to stay, and then lower is to go. So I would say that I would read this in a manner that there is some dissatisfaction in this moment. This does for me seems like something has happened which has created that you do not feel quite right in where you are at the moment. Then, well, further is the Three of Swords. So it's a card of air, and there has been a change in thinking already. So you have, I think it has led to this, that you are that this leads to this, that okay, you don't feel quite right, and you already kind of contemplated that the change might be in order. And then I think there is also at the moment in the place where you work, there is some issues. Basically, I think there is someone who is trying to stop you from moving forward, someone who is like higher up than you, and it could be like, it's like supernatural thing, almost like how this person tries to, and I think you have still support in the place, but you would be here. So basically somebody's trying to block your way. You want to move forward in your work and somebody doesn't like it, although there's people who would even follow you. Maybe you want somebody's position that would be actually rightfully yours, but there's opposition, or that would be. But yeah, I think, well, should you leave the job, you get the Wheel of Fortune, which I would say in that sense yes, without seeing the other path. That would indicate on my view that it's ends this, and I think it will bring you good fortune to leave, because this doesn't look nice at all if you look at it. So basically, and then if you would decide to stay, well, I see there's the Justice, there's the Nine of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. So basically, I don't know if this could lead to legal issues even, And again, here is like when something has basically happened, that there are consequences for that. You are gonna be, if you now have supporters, I think you are gonna be left. You're gonna be like isolated. I think you might be even bullied. I think you are gonna be tired, and like you if you stay, you're gonna have to basically face things alone, on my view. And like you can see, the guy here seems kind of tired. So I think, I don't know, I get the impression from this, well, it's the justice, that there's also like legal issues involved. And if you have come from a situation that things have been like in a sense in good order, all the elements have been in the right place, that's kind of like to be decided. And like I think this doesn't look really nice. I think this could lead also to a situation that you have to really like hold on to your own, like you can see in the Four of Pentacles. I think even monetary way that could lead to some strife, and like you like I think they would put more work or more load on you, that and you would just have to struggle yourself alone. So with this, I would definitely say that this doesn't look, also there's a major arcane is the Wheel of Fortune, which can be fortune and good luck, and then it will end. I think that would be a necessary end for this. So basically I would most definitely suggest that you would get yourself out from this job and situation, and basically go for the new one, even if it feels scary, and who knows what the Wheel of Fortune brings. But basically, and this way it should be that you would be moving up, and you might get a lucky break even after this. So with these cards, I would highly suggest that you do change the work you're in, because I don't think you are feeling good, and it's not seem to be going better. I think it's basically gonna get worse. Usually, I guess for common practice, I could tell even myself that usually things are not gonna get better. If it feels like shit, it's probably exactly what it is in that sense, and that's not gonna make anyone a happy camper in that sense. So welcome to the channel. If you're joining me now, please check the dynamics in the video's description and type me ready mysteriously when you are ready. And yeah, as it's of course helpful, I feel there's people watching. Please subscribe if you like the channel. And here there is nothing to do with this that you have to subscribe to get your question answers. Check the description, it's free. There's just a twist how I want to operate, because that is really working on the intuition with the Zeners. So like, share, ask your friends to come here, come together. That will be fun. And I really appreciate everybody's time. Hit the bell so you know when I'm on. And as you know, in here I've been getting nicely the subscribers, and hopefully that will continue. So there will be like build a community, which I'm here in this channel now building from the grassroots up. So it is greatly appreciated, any kind of support. And as I said, also I'm in TikTok. Check me out there too. Okay? Yeah, and also I want to take an opportunity to mention at this point that as you know, I had the memberships in the Buy Me Coffee. You can check it from there. But I'm gonna have a members only event, a questions answer session that only, well, members can participate, any level of them. It's gonna be not this, it was moment next week Sunday, which is the 15th. It's gonna start 8:30, and No, sorry. I'm all the time thinking, why am I saying 15th? It's the 16th, because that's Sunday. 15th is Saturday, so no, there's not gonna be event then. So 16th of March is gonna be members only questions and answer session, and basically it starts 8:30. Supposed to last around 10. I'm not gonna be like to the minute. It depends how it goes, but more or less like this. So only members can participate. So if you become a member minimum 2 hours before, because of practicalities, then you are welcome to join, and you will get a link for that session. Yes. So that would be the stuff with the members, and of course that's is creating some. And here comes word from my sponsor, which is me.
Welcome to Ragnar's Gate Tarot. If you are searching for a path to deeper insights, guidance, and spiritual connection, by becoming a member and choosing one of our levels, you will gain access to exclusive content, personalized readings, and the support of a like-minded mystical community, depending on the gate number you choose to activate. Ragnar's Gate 1. $6 per month. Access weekly synchronized guidance cards / tarot tale videos. Participate in exclusive members-only live Q&A sessions. Ragnar's Gate 2. $12 per month. Everything from Gate 1. Plus, a detailed monthly tarot reading crafted just for you via email or video link. Ragnar's Gate 3. $28 per month. All from Gates 1 and 2. Plus, a 15-minute live, one-on-one tarot session every month. And discounts and special offers on private tarot readings. Unlock the magic. Choose your gate, support the channel, and dive into a world of deeper understanding. Click join to become a member today. In https://buymeacoffee.com/RagnarsGateTarot.
All right. So next question. That would be yet another general one. So if it feels right, then it's for you. Yeah, well, with general I mean it's like basically if you would happen to have the circumstances that would benefit you, then that would be the case. But yeah, maybe these certain things could be kind of specific, but like I said, that is the idea. Yeah, okay, maybe there's, yes. Okay, yeah. By the way, I am using Rider-Waite cards or version of Rider-Waite's, which is like gilded, really much kind of prettier than in the original one, which is one of my favorites. So that's the stuff. So of course you use a deck that speaks to you, and this has been now my favorite. I've been doing it for kind of some time, and maybe I get back to the basic Rider-Waite at some point. So what would help in my search of spirituality? What would be helpful? But before that, thing would be this. So I will show you here. So these are the cards that I'm talking about, basically, and in the link is explanation for this, and mentioned was before that this has been used to study ESP and extrasensory perception in the 90s, 1900s. Basically, Zener and his colleague, they were conducting research on extrasensory perception. There was great controversy in this. Great controversy in this, basically. So, but yeah, this is what is being used. You can see that from the Okay, hey, now we're gonna have an exercise for the Zener thing. Funny enough, you shouldn't get better in this, but you actually, my experience is that you do. So I'm gonna go, hey, through all the cards, and you at home who is watching, you can count how many you got right. Okay? So let's see. So the idea is I'm gonna put it like it's in the description, and there has gonna be 25 cards. So there you have your kind of like a plate full for this, but you can go through this and let's see how it will go. So I'm gonna basically project it, and you need to know which one it is of the symbols. Descriptions in the description box. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then after a while, like maybe 30 seconds or so, I will show you what it was. So let's see. Here's the first one. Alright, here would be the first one. And the first one was a star. Alright, so we go for the next one. Prepare yourself. And here we go. This is the second one. And here comes the second one. It was a circle. So yeah. And also, hey, when we get this through, you can come and tell me how many you got right. Would be interested to know how well this connection has worked through the ether. Okay, next one. The third card. And here comes the third one. It's the waves. Prepare yourself to use your extrasensory perception. And here comes the fourth card. now the big reveal, a circle. Embrace yourself this time. Don't think about it too much, let it just come. Here we go. And here it comes. This was a cross. And then the next one. Now we go. And now it's the waves. Now we have the 7th card of 25. Here we go. And this one is a circle. So we have still way to go here. Let's put it this way. No hesitation. Don't think too much. Go for it. And here it is. Star is this time. We are nearing the halfway. And here's the next. And here, another star. Ready? Now. Now right tiny answer, here comes. It's a square. The next. Go. Okay. Next was this one, and square. Prepare and now. Put your answer down, and here comes it's a cross. Here we go. Next one, prepare yourself. Now, write down your answer, and here it comes. It's another star. Next one, go. Don't think about it too much, just let it come. And ready. Now, it's a circle. Some left still, but over the halfway. Prepare yourself, and now. And now, waves. Okay, next one, without too further ado, here we go. And it comes here. It's a square. Okay, couple of breaths. Alright, then we go. Next one is here. Go for it. Here it comes. It's a star. Okay. Next. Prepare yourself and go. Now 3, 2, 1, and it's a square. Okay, we have few left and then we are ready. Okay, prepare yourself, here comes. Okay, on and off we go, and here comes next. Just let it come. And 3, 2, 1, waves. 3, 2, 1, waves. Okay, here we go. Here's the next. Not many left. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's a triangle. Just kidding. It's a cross. Okay. Next one. Next one is coming now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and another cross. Okay, last 3. Here we go. Hey, apologetic. Hi. This one is a circle. Okay, I'm going through few cards more. Go for it. Here is 2 more. Then here is the next one. Okay. Here is the next one. Okay, 3, 2, 1. That's a wave. Not quite the square. Okay, I have made 25 after this, so go for it, apologetic. Here we go. And that was a square. So yeah, welcome, hey apologetics. I was doing now 25 of the cards in a row, and now we continue with you, and I will put more cards, and when you get it right, we establish, as you know, the synchronicity, and I think it worked between us also earlier pretty nice. So welcome, warm welcome back. So here we go. Now, wouldn't you know, it's the star, man. Pretty good job. You were also like kind of getting the squares. That was, you were kind of like one too late, early, how it is. Okay, as you know the drill, I'm here for you, and then now present your question, my friend. And anyone else, welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming, and check the description of the dynamics how this works. How does my biological mom feel about me? Okay, we make few shuffles and ask the permission. I'm sorry, this one. Again. Okay. So basically, this is you, this is your biological mom. This is sort of like what is some between, and this is what she thinks of you. So here you are. You're the Queen of Cups, basically. So I think you are having with the emotions, like yourself, you are like kind of open. You are like fruitful. I think you are feeling abundance in that sense, that you are ready to feel everything, and you know, at the same time, or however it is. So I think that would be the description of this, basically. And I think you are in a position of growth, and like basically I think you are in a position of also like a flow, and I think I can see like sort of the, I don't know. So yeah, and like growth and also like development, and you basically have become the product of it. So it's like emotional growth. I think it has something to do with communication, even in that sense. Here is a biological mother. She's more like, well, she's another queen. She's a queen of swords. So this is all about feelings or communication. Water, this is the air, and this is like, for example, the king is really strict. So this is also like, this person is maybe an intellectual in some manner, and I think this person is dealing with something mental. Maybe there's like some mental strain. It could be even related to some kind of mental illness, which I think, because we have discussed about this matter I think before, so I think that has come up in an earlier reading. This person could be going through some mental difficulties, even like mental illness or stuff like this. Nevertheless, I think you're a little bit different kind of persons, that you are like more emotional, I would say, and this person is more like rational, and maybe that creates the problem that she's blocking the feelings and using the reason when she should be using something else. What is between is here suggested is like, well, rest. Well, I used many times the term rest of the warrior, but it's the Four of Swords. So basically, well, first of all, I think if we go back still here, is that this has come like basically that the person has felt like kind of limitless on their mind, and that would actually put more pressure to the stuff that this person would come for a position that she was being really like bright, and you know, like the intellect was kind of flowing. There was like this kind of like feeling of like maybe like that they felt really comfortable with it, that it's like strong, like a strong suit in them, in their personality, but now it's more, might be a little bit impaired. So I think this yeah, so maybe there has been some kind of like point of that things were seen in a different manner, but it's like between you and like some point of like fulfilling moment, or now it's kind of stuck, and now it's time, I guess it's like to take a breath and see how it is, how everything is in a way. And also I think there could be some small realization, because you have the three swords there, that could also like give an indication that you see something slightly differently at the moment as well. Let me see also what is this and what she thinks of you. So, well, that's not, doesn't look really pretty in that sense, that there is a 10 of swords, which was the card that was considered what she thinks about you. So I don't know what would you get yourself from there. The picture in itself is maybe a bit uglier, sort of, that it actually is, because whatever is would be considered so maybe she sees that this situation, I guess you have been searching for this person, and like this, maybe she somehow sees that you are lost to her, or at least some kind of like or something is gonna end. Of course that means that something else begins, so maybe it also sees you in some manner. And might consider also that in that sense that even though this is an end of something, it should be a beginning of something, but when to deal with here that she could have been experiencing some kind of mental strain or even an illness, and the things are stuck. So I think might be feeling difficult to like restart, or difficult to reconnect, or difficult to even think about it in a right manner, sort of. Or maybe she is like a bit stuck in that sense with that. And like I said, maybe she also thinks that she has lost you. Yeah. And of course that might be due to the illness thing, it can be due to many degrees, everything of course you can think, but how she feels about you is like I think it could be also like it doesn't necessarily have to do anything with reality. That there's something rigid in her thoughts, and maybe there's also like maybe she feels some part of you that she is like, well, like I said, I get also the picture there. Well, I don't know if it. I think she has her own kind of like feeling and thought about this. Like I said, this is still, as you can maybe see it better like this, is 10 of swords, and the guy has 10 swords stuck into him. So that's kind of brutal. So it, of course, it could be indicating that she feels some kind of like a strong, really strong emotion about it, and her thoughts are like maybe, I think they are colored because of her. I think that she, like I said, that I feel that what I see here and here also, that she's stuck and she has some issues and mental strain. So I think that causes her also. Maybe it's like, I think I would say that there's something to do with that she sees you. It is a distortion. I think also how and then also you can think about it in a way, like I guess it could be that if you have, well, we also, of course, we perceive whatever I saw us, and our brain will make the conclusions, and you can see something and it's actually not that. So it could be like she's a bit deluded how things are. She is maybe sees something that is not actually there, or she sees it like more than it is, for example. And she needs to, I think she needs to digest things, because this is also like then like sort of like end of some kind of thinking process, or should be, or maybe she cannot, and that was the set, and maybe she cannot get over that. She was feeling something, she was thinking something, and then maybe it just intensifies. It's like a, you know, like a circle thought or something that goes, and then maybe she just is stuck and cannot get rid of it. So I wouldn't say that he thinks you are creepy and weird, but maybe she has some thoughts that are somehow bothering her about you in some manner. But I think in some manner you are in synchronicity with the growth aspect of things, like that you are both like, well, this could be like a mother card, so I don't know if what you have to do makes you feel like you are not the mother of this person, or shouldn't be. You know, sometimes in that sense children could see themselves as the parents, for example. There could be something like this also, and maybe that, I don't know, that is somehow in the mix. Has she indicated with me non-personally? I'm not sure if I understand what that means. And what I say about the growth business is like you have your own process in the growth, but you are both in the path of growth. Then of course, I don't know, cancer is growth in a sense, or whatever in that, but I think it's like there is still, the growth is something that you share in this synchronicity of things. And it's developing something in the matter anyway, basically. And well, swords in the end are like also things that can kind of pass faster, I think, in general. And there is a lot of swords. This side, everything is swords, and then I think water is kind of flows maybe a little bit slower. So I think your state is more, I think her situation, even if she's considered the queen of swords in that sense, is more unstable still than yours. I think yours seems more stable. Yeah, with if this means that if there has been like some proximity with this person, I think that has been also, like in the earlier things we have been talking about this matter, has been there. I think, yeah, there has been some proximity, some like kind of like a closeness. You cannot say closeness, I think, but some kind of proximity. If is that what you mean? So if you mean that with the, has she indicated with me? Ah, sorry, indicated. Am I blind or what? Yes, I actually should get a better classes. Has she interacted with me non-personally? Hope, sorry. Yes, and as I said, yes, I think that has happened. And there has been like some try something of some. There has been to get some kind of opportunity. There has been some opportunity through this. So. Or maybe it has been like even like a chance meeting. I think actually, hey, I think that has been okay. Sometimes memory serves you well, sometimes not. But in my view, it's like I think this is also something repeating, something similar when we has been talking about this has come to pass already earlier. That there was about chance meeting or like sort of like maybe you met the person and exactly that you weren't sure. I'm not sure if you were even asking similar something before and we had similar answer, which is that's kind of creepy funny thing at the same time. So maybe there has been some kind of that the person that your mother biological mother has been approaching you in some manner, but the Four of Swords seems like, well, like I said, you can see. I'm not gonna go to the same story I always tell, but you can see that there is like a knight or something who is resting. Three swords on the wall and one on top of him. So he's resting, but he's kind of ready. So I think you are not. I think I'm not sure if either party is ready for that in that sense. And but like I said, for me it feels like feeling wise you are more stable, and she is. Like I said, I feel that you are a little bit different kind of persons. Like she's air and you are water, and funny enough, if your sign is a water sign and the other one is an air sign, if you happen to know, even though I don't dwell too much with this. Yeah, we definitely have been talking about her before. I'm sure of it, and I remember things, and it's funny how sometimes you could remember something when somebody says the right words about the situation. You can remember things that happened years ago, and that's actually one thing that maybe based on this you can also, like I said, maybe there has been some chance meeting, and maybe there is something that you can remember from the meeting that would stand out for you. What can I do to get ready? What can I do to remove the swords? Well, there was a lot of swords here. Yeah, and remove this here in a ways, but I think also the stuff is like she has kind of like put them there, so I don't know if you can. She has some expression of you, so I'm not sure if you can actually remove them. In that sense, that if you consider that swords are the mind and the intellect, and if she has like in her sort of head put them there. So what would you like to do? So you want to remove the source. So let me help you in how to approach the question in that sense. It's like, what would you like to do? So what can I do to get ready? Okay, yeah. So what would you like to happen? I have understood that you're searching for this person. I remember also that, and then that it's like, well, kind of unclear maybe. I would like to shut down connections which are pulling me away from her. Okay. Fair enough. I would like to shut down connections. I need new classes really. I would like to shut down connections which are pulling me away from her. So basically that would also answer the question what you would like to be with her. You would have to like be in touch with her. Okay? So, okay. maybe we can see first at what aspect of you you can work on first, and then we go from that. How does that sound? It's like, yeah, basically, yeah, like what was at moment, what aspect you can work on, and then if what you wish is gonna be like contributing to your happiness or not. So basically, if this is it good for sort of good for you or not? And yeah, like I said, you mentioned there also that you want to remove the source, but this is somehow, like I said, if somebody else puts them there, I don't know how this. I do not mind being under her rule and protection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, basically, like in a sense, you cannot force anyone to see you, or you cannot make somebody see you in a different way. But what you can do is, like, I guess you can work on yourself in the matters. So basically, not to, mm, like we see here, what is going on. Like I said, it's gonna be difficult when somebody has something in the what they have decided. So you can talk and you can do whatever in a way, whatever you want to try to make the person to change their mind or change their view or how they're thinking, but in the end they have to do it themselves in that sense. So but yeah, and like basically you can how to put it, so idea would be that how to not to get affected, and you can affected by it, and basically that you would accept the situation as it is, and you can be then comfortable being doing what you're doing. Okay. Okay, well, let's take a card for that, right? Hmm. Okay, this would be your father. Um, well, for me, this looks like I think I would have to say yes. So basically, I think he's doing making some kind of moves, and I think, well, he's considered that he's right. Maybe the idea is like, and he has his reasons for it, why he's doing it. He thinks that he's doing the right thing. One thing, of course, could be that what comes to mind is like, yeah, so I think he has strong reasons for this. I don't know what occurs to me from this is that I think maybe he thinks that he's protecting you. Moment, I will look at the card. So, but yeah, I think this is like, well, I get from this, like I said, that there is, I would say that one idea for me is that at least he thinks strongly that he is, moment, is my mom remarried? So, but yeah, I think, yes, your father he's making some moves. I don't know if they are really like permanent in that sense, but at the moment at least I think there has been, and well, at least in ideal situation the parents would feel that they want to protect in good and in bad. Of course that can be limiting as well. And maybe, well, your father has good reasons to keep his position like rigid. So maybe he knows this person in some manner that you don't, you know. So maybe, like I said earlier, that maybe he feels that he's protecting you. So I think he has, well, he has anyway strong reasons to do this. So maybe there's a reason why he feels that, well, there's a reason why he feels that you should not be in touch with this woman, which is your mom. So that's of course like kind of heavy thing if another person thinks this way. So at least this is what he feels really strongly, is the thing. And then you ask him, is my mom remarried? Okay, well, let's see. We take, here was your dad. Let's put this a little bit this way so I will get a better view and maybe you see them better. It's not behind the shadows. So there was your dad. So then you asked, is your mom remarried? So we take past, present, future for her. Past, present and future about this. Hopla, let me see here. Six of Swords, basically. So, let's see. I think I need to see more here. Five of coins, pentacles, sorry. And then we have Six of Pentacles. So, what I would say, that, well, she left. At the moment I don't think she's married, but I don't think that is something that she would like shy away from in the future, maybe. And that, well, in the past she had to leave. Maybe she didn't feel okay for some reason in the position she was in. Maybe this is something that is like by your father is considered also like that if she was the one who left in that sense. and maybe she's not alone, but I don't think she seems. Maybe she has, like I said, she seems to have some problems, and also maybe she's with someone, but she's together in someone in a misery more like this. Like you can see they are in the snow. These people don't seem to be doing really well. So there's the stuff. But look, so in principle, she's not in a good position. She will get better, and I don't think she necessarily would shy away from the idea either. And she will probably get some help. But you were asking about the marriage, so I would say I don't think at the moment no. But then I think that's not totally like something that would be she would be against. So basically what I think on her position in a sense is like maybe like she, well, that makes some sense in a way that maybe she's been struggling like even financially earlier in the past as well, and then she has like had to hold on to her own, and now it's not doing, it went for like a little bit for like from bad to worse. And then maybe if she would marry, I think it would be for convenience, that maybe that would bring her, she would be given what she wants in the material plane, and maybe she needs some creature comforts in that sense. But yeah, so I think like yeah, future marriage with her would probably be marriage of convenience rather than of love. And also, well, interestingly enough, well, so yeah, so I don't know if you are you considering that, because like I said, it seems that your father would be the one who is exactly doing something, but I think it's not without reason. That's the stuff. So I don't know if that have you then considered basically that you would want to not be in touch with him, or you want to like sever connections with him, which I'm not sure if that is the best of ideas in a sense. And yeah, well, basically, hey, because this seems to be that we have brushed this several times, and like I think I mentioned to you, like this would be more maybe suitable for private readings, or then I'm gonna have, I don't know, maybe you didn't catch it, but it's on 16th Sunday, 16th of 3 March. I'm gonna have like um, a session just for members. So if you become a member, you will get a link there, and then it's more like a maybe suitable setting for that. And there's other perks in the membership, so you can check it. But minimum 2 hours before for practicality's sake, if you want to join that private thing for members only, you should check it out. I feel that with all this that we have going through, it could be really helpful for you. I'm really happy to hear that you have already got useful information and insight from this, so that sounds pretty much where we are aiming at. And of course, like eventually we've been going through, I think, this kind of sum, so eventually of course, like if one can help you to get some kind of closure and conclusion for the whole matter, that would be superb, would be fantastic, because this is all basically the reason why am I doing this. Well, anyway, yeah, a joint account, fair enough. Uh, I wonder with whom, if none of my business in that sense. But remember that this is like the cards. Uh, well, it's your responsibility then to interpret what they are, and also, by the way, anything that you see and you what conclusions you make, you decide for yourself. Nothing is set in stone, and this is the things how the things are, and making something will change things in the future. So in a sense also, like this is like it says in the disclaimer what it is. But the idea is the idea is for me here, I am here to help, and like I said before, and the idea is like you mirror what you have, and it makes you like it helps you think about things, and like I said, make conclusions, and basically to focus and concentrate on the matter, like through here and through what we talk together. So you will take away, like there's well, I have it, I think everyone has it to some degree, has some noise in the head, and it makes makes things blurry. So this is to focus and to get clarity on the things or any problems. And like basically problems can be solved in many ways. And like it was in some of the, like for example in Seven of Cups, which comes to mind, like there's options in that card, and there's 7 of them, but there's always usually more options, so there could be ways to solve things in a good manner that you don't think of, and it could come through here, or it could, this leads to something, and then that leads to another thing, and then you come with the solution. So in that sense, yeah, and well, the whole thing is like there's always like it might be difficult to start, but basically and this is something, well, and if something is difficult, then people many times don't do it because they have to do things, or like they have to think in a way, or they have to go like away outside their comfort zone, for example, and like this. So yeah, and the idea is that the cards would if could easily, they would give you the way how you can start this, to start to do something about the matter. And yeah, like there are many ways to go around the problem, and this could give you the insight. Like you said, you got good insight. Well, that would be important to how to go around, how to go about this to solve the situation. like basically you could probably find 1,000 ways from this, and like one picture tells you more than 1,000 words in the end. So there is a lot of solutions, and one should concentrate on those also. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, again, also, in any case, I appreciate you spending your time in my channel. So, the time is in the end what we have, right? So, thank you for that. So yeah, this has been the session 18, which is like, as it is in the tarot, I suppose it's the moon, so maybe there has been some moments regarding to that also. But basically, yeah, I think it starts to be time for me to get some rest and go to some other adventures. And don't forget, I'm on TikTok, follow me there, subscribe, like, share, and well, as I said, there's gonna be a membership only event 16th of March starting at 8:30. You want to become a member, you have to do it 2 hours, latest 2 hours before that, so you gain access then to this. And this is all in Finnish time, so check out that one. For example, at the moment it's 3:21 a.m. so I'm sure you find it really easily on the web. So, but I think it's time to get some rest, and thank you for apologetic. Hopefully the insight will help you immensely. So take a look at this. And now I'm signing out. Bye bye.
Welcome to Ragnar's Gate Tarot. If you are searching for a path to deeper insights, guidance, and spiritual connection, by becoming a member and choosing one of our levels, you will gain access to exclusive content, personalized readings, and the support of a like-minded mystical community, depending on the gate number you choose to activate. Ragnar's Gate 1. $6 per month. Access weekly synchronized guidance cards / tarot tale videos. Participate in exclusive members-only live Q&A sessions. Ragnar's Gate 2. $12 per month. Everything from Gate 1. Plus, a detailed monthly tarot reading crafted just for you via email or video link. Ragnar's Gate 3. $28 per month. All from Gates 1 and 2. Plus, a 15-minute live, one-on-one tarot session every month. And discounts and special offers on private tarot readings. Unlock the magic. Choose your gate, support the channel, and dive into a world of deeper understanding. Click join to become a member today. In https://buymeacoffee.com/RagnarsGateTarot.